Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anik, I'm a classical pianist, and today we're going to talk about jumps in music. Now, there are two different types of jumps. We have the virtuose jumps and the non-virtuose jumps. Virtuose jumps are like you can find them especially in pieces by Liszt, where the musical intention and the virtuosity and like finger abilities go hand in hand, and it is like just about the show off of your finger technique. We're not going to talk about these type of jumps today, but about the non-virtuose jumps, which you're going to play like in 98% when you're playing jumps and maybe without recognizing them as jumps. So first of all, we have to define what a jump is. And therefore we look back into Baroque music. If you play Bach, for example, there are specific rules of articulation. So like if you're playing intervals that are bigger than a third, then you should not play it legato. And this has its origin in vocal music, because every interval that is bigger than a third needs more effort, needs more breath to reach the next note. Of course, these rules for articulation don't count for later music, but you can take this like definition, this idea of this Baroque music to understand what a jump is and where it comes from. So a jump is bigger than a third, and the bigger the interval gets, the bigger the jump is, of course, and the bigger the distance between two notes is. Now, distance is the key word, because distance is something that you can find in any type of art. For example, Romeo and Juliet, where the whole love story lives from the distance between the two lovers and like this tension that is created through it. Also, if we will look at this very beautiful picture by Michelangelo, you can see that this little distance between the two fingers, just this little space, is creating so much tension for the whole picture. So again, distance is full of tension, full of power. And every jump has like a distance between two notes. Distance can have different meanings, a lot of different meanings, and you will have to find out for yourself, for your own interpretation, what type of distance there is and what the meaning is for your own interpretation. Now, as I said before, the bigger the distance is, the more effort it takes, the more breath it takes. And if we look at jumps in music, then the bigger the interval is, the more breath we need and the more time we need to give ourselves. Before I studied music, I was always thinking like, I have to reach the next note very fast to play everything in tempo. And of course, in the end, you want to play everything in tempo, but you can give you a very small amount of time between two notes if it is more important, if there is like a jump, for example. Now, I want to show you some examples to explain it in a better way, and also to show you which possibilities of different fingerings you will have to play a jump, because playing 1 and 5 or 5 and 1 for a jump is not always the best solution. So let's take a look at examples. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and also check out my Instagram, Patreon and my website. Okay, so let's take a look at Mozart's C minor Sonata first movement. Like here. The jump is very big, it's an octave, and it's not about to play everything like, because you have to sing it, and when you have to sing it, then you need to get a little bit of time here between the two notes, because the move is not ending here and it's not starting here. It is, so there is a move that goes on downwards and then comes from the other side. So we are not playing da di da 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 dum, but da ya da 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 dum. And this extra move needs a little bit more time. You can create this type of time, this little amount of time, in a very natural way by using a fingering that forces you to give yourself a little bit time. There are different possibilities for a fingering. I would not recommend to use 1 and 5 because this is giving you no move at all, like da dee da 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 da. So you can see that nothing is moving and you have to create this little amount of time in your brain and on your own. If you always have to think of every little thing, then your brain will explode on stage. This is why I choose fingerings that will create this time and energy on their own without thinking anymore, because it's a very natural move. For example, at this part, it would already be enough if you just start the upper E flat with 3. So you have automatically to move your hand upwards. I would also use the 3rd finger for the deeper E flat. So 3 and 3, which is a little bit like crazy, but I like this very much because it is the ending note and this is the starting note here. So, and sometimes if you just used the finger, then it has already like the right energy to continue playing the melody. Also, like afterwards, so this jump, again, I would not use the 5th finger because da dee da da is not giving you any type of move. Again, you can do very crazy fingerings here. Like I think at the beginning I did something like the 1st finger on the F. So I have to move my elbow outside. But I think in the faster tempo this would take a little bit too much time, so I'm using 1 and 3. Like, no, I'm actually using 1 for the F. Okay, like, so you have ta di da da automatically to move, ta ta ta, ya da da. Okay, you have automatically to move your arm, your hands, and so on to get up, and this will give you just the right amount of time and the right amount of energy. And this is what a good fingering will automatically give you. Of course, you will have to practice this and so on. And at the beginning, it might feel a little bit strange, but in the end, you'll get much more control, I promise you. Now, next example. Like here. The fingering that is written here is 2-2-5, 2-2-5. I don't think this is a good fingering for this part because, again, it's not giving you any type of movement. You want this di-da-dim, 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 okay? I would use 2-1-3, 2-1-3, 2-1-3, okay? So automatically your hand will have to move again. Okay? So this was the piano quick tip video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, then please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And check out my Instagram, my website and my Patreon. See you in the next video. Bye!